Festus Keyamo, that Obi will win Delta. Where does he have investment most? In Lagos. Obi will win Lagos. Tell him I said so. He knows me now.
Well, how does the North,
yeah?
How does the North perceive Peter Obi?
You see?
The North, how do they perceive Peter Obi?
And we are trying to tell them Obi is a Nigerian who means well for this country. And all the accusations, if elections are held fairly, APC will be nowhere in Oshun.
So while you blame the president for the situation and the...
I'm not blaming him, please, Terry. I'm not blaming him. I'm only saying the obvious, that is his character in him.
Okay.
I'm not blaming him.
That's not the same thing?
No.
What's the difference?
No. So you are confirming also that his antics and characters are not good enough.
No, I'm asking if you are saying that the president is responsible for what's happening with the opposition.
Indirectly so.
Okay.
Yes. Because I've not said that. What I am saying is that they are not being fair to even themselves, let alone the country or the peoples of this country to whom they care.
But the president has said that he will not be responsible for helping the opposition put its house in order. And then we see that even from your primaries that held, there are quite a number of aggrieved members.
Correct.
And you are now heading the reconciliation committee of the party. So while you blame the president or suggest that he's to be blamed for it, does your party take responsibility for any internal issues that it's had? And maybe you will seize this moment to give us an update on the reconciliation process so far.
Thank you very much. That exactly confirms my view. Where did we get to this reconciliation? We got to this reconciliation because the only way the parties were asked to generate candidates is through direct primaries or through consensus, and neither of which can successfully be done by opposition. The obvious thing that the government knows is that gladiators will try to outwit the other. Fracas can happen, or even the government can push in its agents and facts to disturb the process. Since Tinubu is afraid of competition, he doesn't want anybody to compete with him up to now, as I'm talking to you. That's why we learned he's saying that he's not going to campaign physically, that he has done what he needs to do, and that is his campaign. But the truth of the matter is that he is not going to be able to campaign physically. Not because he has nothing on the ground to show that he has done anything that would warrant a single vote by any Nigerian, maybe except his wife or children. There is nothing in politics like the will of the president or the will... Just hold on.
I'm hoping you could speak more about your party.
Oh no,
especially because you're in the reconciliation committee.
I have to give examples for those that are watching us,
yes,
to understand the genesis. That it is not only my party, but it is almost every party.
Yeah, fine. But what is the problem with your party?
There is no problem with my party except the Nigerian factor.
What is the Nigerian factor?
The Nigerian factor is that the two ways of producing candidates is impossible for any opposition party to do. So because hold on now, even the government sends, or the APC sends moles into your own party. If you are doing consensus, whatever you do, they will say they don't agree.
Was that what happened in the MDC?
Of course, they will say they don't agree. You go for direct primaries, they send their own facts to disrupt. So we are faced with this enormous responsibility as reconciliators to sort out this matter.
As you go into the 2027 campaign season, does it bother you that you don't have a governor within your fold, especially because you're really close to clinching Governor Bala Mohammed, whom you now say opted out because he was advised not to go to the NDC, to a party where they have a strong presidential candidate? Does that bother you?
You see, Terry, if you are a politician, you should convince yourself that you can do the impossible. And we had experiences in this. For example, in 2019, every political juggernaut in Kano migrated to the APC. All the former governors, all the former senators, all the former House of Rep, the chairman of local government, and councillors. Kwankwaso had no single former councillor except himself. And we defeated them flat. We defeated them flat. They had to use federal might, military, police, DSS to take that victory from us, and the courts to take that victory from us. We have this experience. We can reenact that for Nigeria if there would be a semblance of election. Semblance of election does not mean free, fair, and transparent, because we know that this government and these people in the APC will never dream of doing even the semblance of election that we are requesting for, because they are afraid to their bone marrow that if they are subjected to the Nigerian people, even Tinubu will not secure his what do you call it, this percentage. If you get
25%. 25%.
No. He will lose his deposit.
Mr. Galadima, you talk a lot.
If you say no, let him allow free and fair election. If you are trying to tell me no,
I wouldn't say no.
From your face, I can read you that you didn't believe me when I say he will lose deposit. Let him try.
You know, the interesting part is a lot of people hardly believe you because you've been just about all over the place as far as politics is concerned. But this is another conversation for another day. But let me tell you.
Let's expatiate that, because I don't want to give a toga for Nigerians to think that Galadima is a bad man.
You were with former President Muhammadu Buhari.
Yes.
You were there.
Yeah.
You've been with Kwankwaso for a while now. Now you're with the obedience. And I don't want to take you back, even though I will take you back to some of the things you said about the obedience ahead of the 2023 election. So now that brings me to this conversation.
You are free. No. Let's sort out my integrity first.
Good, let's talk about that.
No,
I'm taking you to that.
I didn't at the same time, I didn't follow Buhari, Kwankwaso, and obedience.
Not at the same time.
Not at the same time.
Beautiful. Now, so, in 2023.
If there is any single principled politician in Nigeria, if you are counting on record, I should be number one.
But in 2023, ahead of the election, you said that Peter Obi is not at the level of Kwankwaso, and Kwankwaso cannot be a running mate to him.
Correct.
You said that Peter Obi did well in Anambra State, but Kwankwaso did way more, and so Kwankwaso cannot be a running mate to him.
Correct.
Now Kwankwaso is a running mate to Peter Obi, and you're pushing that mandate.
Yes.
What has changed?
Oh, you don't know what has changed? You are from where? No, tell me, in Nigeria, what geographical zone do you come from?
South.
Huh?
South.
If I say that the Southerners believe that it is their time to produce president, can I be correct or wrong?
No, that's a rhetorical question.
No, it's not rhetorical.
It should be rhetorical.
Everything is on the table. You from the South,
yes,
believe that this is your turn, even though it is not by law. You believe that.
What is your no, I need to understand what sentiment you're driving.
I'm not driving sentiment.
Okay, so what exactly?
I'm just saying the obvious, that the South believe this is their turn, even though it is not constitutional, it is not by law.
You buy into that now?
Listen now, it is not a written law.
Yes.
And if I am a strategist in politics, and there is a mindset of a certain group, and I have to conquer them, I have to give in and win, or stand alone and lose.
So you buying into the narrative that it is the turn of the Southeast?
I say first the South. We can come to the Southeast because this Obi and Kwankwaso is a healing ticket. It's a healing ticket so that Nigerians can forget the past.
You know, it's interesting you say this because I recall in 2023, and I'm going to quote you clearly, because you said the issue from Peter Obi's side was that there is a sentiment in the Southeast that the president must come from the extraction. And we say, no, we belong to a party called Nigeria.
Yes.
Those are primordial sentiments that have never assisted Nigeria to become one. So you also said, basically, you accused the Obi camp of pushing a Southeast agenda for the presidency.
No.
You said the Obi camp is pushing a Southeast agenda.
Correct.
So what has changed though?
What has changed is that since the start of this politicking, have you ever had one single Igbo man from Southeast who has talked about Igbo presidency? I ask you, did you hear?
So that's the reason why.
No. I have not taken. I want to take you through.
Okay.
Have you had? Be honest. Tell me.
That narrative has always existed and will continue to exist.
Can you quote one person in the last 1 year from the Southeast who said Obi is going to be Igbo president?
What are you asking for? A famous person? A popular person?
Even an Agbaro from Malaria Market.
I strongly believe that the people of the Southeast...
Tell me who.
I believe that the people of the Southeast are holding on to the sentiment that they deserve to rule the country.
They can hold to any sentiment within their heart, but they have never pronounced Igbo presidency. They themselves are now projecting Obi as a Nigerian president. And through our discussions and interactions with them, and we told them that the best way for the Igbo man to be president is not to ask for Igbo president, but to say Nigerian president. And we are quite satisfied that that criteria is met. And there are other things which communication has opened everybody's eyes. Normally, when elections are near, Northerners are being attacked all over the Southeast. When did you hear in the last 1 year and 1.5 years that Northerners were attacked in the Southeast? Thank God to the understanding that is prevailing between the North and the Southeast. And that is what convinced us that any Nigerian, anybody who believes in Nigeria and can act in Nigeria, live Nigeria, would be supported to be Nigeria's president.
But beyond the tribal and ethnic sentiments, another reason why you said that Kwankwaso can never deputize Peter Obi was because of the Kwankwasia movement, which you said is about 32 years old, and that Kwankwaso has way more experience than Peter Obi. At this point where Kwankwaso is the deputy to Obi, does that no longer exist?
It exists.
But
we are using it, leveraging on it to win election, because we want to be where we can influence events and assist people like you and build the country. If the Kwankwasia alone cannot make Kwankwaso president, then we have to think a way of him where he will participate at the highest level of government, such that all these our ideas, noble ideas that we have for Nigeria, can be translated into physical presence.
so why the obedient movement? Why have you chosen to align the Kwankwasia and the obedient movement?
Terry. Now, you see, Nigerian politics is a very funny game. Do you want Tinubu to come back?
I think that's a rhetorical question as well.
It's not rhetorical. You are Nigerian. You should vote.
Yeah, but I'm working.
Are you voting?
I am voting.
Who are you voting?
Oh, the manifestos are yet to come out.
Forget about manifesto.
Well, I mean, it's what the candidates say.
To come back.
It is what the candidates say that will determine.
I said, do you want Tinubu to come back?
It's up to you to decide what you want, Mr. Galadima. I'm a journalist, and I'm not allowed to express my personal sentiments on air.
Yeah. You are a Nigerian before becoming a
I'm not
journalist.
allowed. I have a job. My job doesn't allow me to express personal sentiments on air. The reason is I could sway public opinion, and I'm not supposed to do that.
And you brought me to sway public opinion.
What's
the difference?
You're not working here. You're not working here. But let me ask you a question genuinely. You don't.
No.
You don't.
I should answer this question.
Let's do the poll.
I should answer this question.
Which of the questions?
That why do we now support Obi?
Yes.
Yes. Because we are political strategists. We do the arithmetic. We don't act before thinking. We think before we act. Each time. And we have done our arithmetic fairly well and discovered that if we are using the sentiments of South, Obi is from the South, to become president. If Kwankwaso will find it difficult, not that God cannot make him president, even if he doesn't have Kwankwasia movement, but it can be difficult. If he doesn't have the means, you people are accusing him, he had no money. You people are accusing him, he has only Kano. And we try to explain as if the press were paid to pin Kwankwaso down to only Kano. And I kept on asking, is there anybody that you can say for sure can deliver his state, any politician in Nigeria like Kwankwaso? You have no answer. So, we agreed with you. Oh, Kwankwaso does not deputize. If that is the issue, Kwankwaso can step back. You know how the ram fight? Do you know? They
lock horns.
They lock horns and they pull back and gather momentum to hit again. In Hausa, fada garago ba tsoro bane. Meaning in Hausa that the pulling back by the ram that is not cowardice. It's only preparatory to a stronger punch. So we want to defeat all these things at the same time. If you want to defeat Tinubu, what would you do? We thought the best thing to defeat Tinubu would be to bring a southern candidate that can have a minimum of 5 states. If he has above 5, it is a bonus.
So you're leveraging on Obi's popularity.
Oh God! If you don't want the people to listen, because I'm not campaigning.
I'm just saying, if
you brought me to campaign for Obi,
I brought you to speak about politics.
No, and campaign for Obi, because when I speak about politics, there is no way I could not talk of the OK ticket.
You don't want to campaign for Obi?
I say if I speak about, there is no way I could not speak about OK ticket.
I mean, yes.
You know what is OK?
Yeah, Obi and Kwankwaso.
So I want to tell it to be OK. Yeah? And all those that
I had a conversation with.
Listen,
it was the same conversation with Mr. Festus Kayamo last week.
Who is that one?
And he's the Minister of Aviation.
Huh?
Minister of Aviation. I'm sure you're familiar with him. He insisted that based on the numbers, and you've just mentioned arithmetic here, based on the numbers,
didn't finish now. Because you didn't want to finish for the people to understand.
No, he's asking where will the Obi votes come from, considering the arithmetic, which you just mentioned.
So Nigerians don't believe that Obi can master 5 states in the south. Let me tell Festus Keyamo, where is his state? Delta. That Obi will win Delta. Where does he have investment most? In Lagos. Obi will win Lagos. Tell him I said so. He knows me now.
Well, how does the North? How does the North perceive Peter Obi?
You see?
The North. How do they perceive Peter Obi?
And we are trying to tell them Obi is a Nigerian who means well for this country. And all the accusations, all the libeling they are doing is incorrect by political adversaries and government that is trying to run down a strong Nigerian who wants to build their future. Let me tell you, Terry, how old are you?
Old enough.
Huh?
Old enough.
Tell me your age.
No, old enough. Not on air, Mr. Galadima.
Why?
Let's stretch this conversation.
No, we are not stretching.
We will stretch it.
I want to know your age because there is a point I want to make.
You can make the point, but
no, I can't make the point when I don't know your age.
I will tell you that.
I think it has to be age.
You know, Mr. Kayamo said something. He said in 2023, Peter Obi played up religious sentiments. The conversation of the Muslim ticket took center stage. But he says at this point now that that's gone. No one is concerned about the Muslim ticket. 4 years on, there has been no suggestion of Islamization of Nigeria. However, a few days ago, the Muslim cleric, Yahya Sanjingir, made some comments where he described Christians as infidels. And the conversation of the Muslim ticket has now been revived. The reason is he said that the Muslim ticket suggests that Muslim dominates Nigeria.
It's okay. I thought you saw Cardinal Onaikon spoke. So I urge all Christians to vote for Christian, and those of us who are liberal can decide which way to vote. And let's see. I don't believe in this so-called small political minds bringing religion and tribe into politics. I don't believe in it. I don't discuss it.
But do you condemn Ngir's comments, especially because the governor of Kano State, who's Kwankwaso, from where Kwankwaso hails, was there, and he was applauding and cheerful about the comments? Isn't that dangerous for a leader?
Did Tinubu, who is a beneficiary, put up a comment to condemn it? Kwankwaso and Tinubu, who is bigger?
Do you condemn it?
I say, who is bigger?
Who is bigger?
Tinubu and Kwankwaso.
Who is bigger?
Tinubu. Did he condemn it?
In 2023, you said the other thing, but let me add.
What did I say?
But do you condemn it?
Condemn what?
The comments.
I even told you that I don't want to comment on anything religion or tribe because I don't belong to that class.
So as we go into 2027, do you think the religion or tribe could play a role in how votes are cast?
That is exactly why I asked for your age. If we had told you your age, I could have relieved you of this stress to ask that question. But you refuse, so you don't want an answer.
I'm a voting age, so I think I pass to hear what you have to say.
You know, we are accused of several things about Obi, and we have ready answers for anybody who accuses Obi of whatsoever. We will defend him to the last. And if elections are held, semblance of election is held, Obi will be the president of this country. And if anybody doubts me, I challenge him to organize a free and fair and transparent election, and let's see if Tinubu does not come number 4 or 3.
All right. Just before we go, I want to ask you this question as far as this election is concerned and the issue of security is concerned, because we'll see state police coming into formation now. If we have state police ahead of the election, would you have fears?
Yes. I have been fighting the issue of state police since 1987. And all those that are now in the forefront of establishing state police will live to regret it, because it will catch up with them. We have seen we have seen how the native authority police work. In fact, those ones would be saints. when police command is handed into the hands of these governors, you cannot go back to your village. You talk here against them and you go back to your village, they will slaughter you in the night, not lock you. So what I'm saying is that the issue is not about Nigerian police. Even the insurgency of Boko Haram is not the failure of the security agencies. It is the failure of the will of the people to do what is right. And I want to say that this insurgency in Nigeria can never be conquered. Can never be conquered until one thing is done. I saw either the Chief of Defense Staff or the Minister of Defense, one of them, I can't remember. You know, I'm getting old. Saying that they are going to establish super camps and they are going to diversify divisions of the military to various locations. I want to tell him that that cannot succeed.
So what is the one thing that will succeed?
The one thing that can succeed is that the government will create the will, as Jonathan did, and take the fight to the terrorists, dislodge them, acquire territory, move until they occupy all the spaces.
Very well.
But you sit down in their super camp until they attack you and you repel. So if they dictate what will happen, because the terrorists or the Boko Haram have to get ready until they attack you, then you respond. It will never end that problem.
Engineer Buba Galadima, I'd like to thank you very much for your time. And when campaigns kick off properly, I would like to speak with you again.
You promised me every week we will speak. No, it should be on camera for people to understand.
I will work on that. I will work on that. But I thank you for your time. It's always a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you, sir.